You're listening to a band of gamers podcasting since 2012. Three older best mates share a few laughs and keep you current with discussions about the latest news, consoles, and games. Join the conversation and the community. abandofgamers.com. Hello, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's a band of gamers. We're back. It's been 2 weeks. Feels like a long time.
2 weeks, man. It's been like 2 months, I'd say. Feels like it at least.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Got a good show. There's been a lot of news. A lot of news. So if you're out there enjoying your summer, we got your back. We'll share what's going on here.
Trying to, man. Trying. You got to enjoy that summer.
That's right. I know I have been. It's beautiful out. And that's your ABOG weather report. We always start every episode with the weather. And I try so hard not to. Let's move on. In this episode, Xbox Game Pass is no more. And their biggest game planned for this year, Xbox, has slipped to 2021. Apple, losing all its gaming friends real fast. They're dropping like flies. The internet's mad again. They're always mad.
I love it.
Two things they're mad about. There's a character in the upcoming Avengers game that's exclusive to the PlayStation. How dare them? And Control, very popular game, is coming to the next-gen systems, but not in the smart way. We've got another Wii U game coming to the Switch. I'm pretty damn excited about this one. And we've got impressions of the Avengers beta and the demo for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Jam-packed episode. I'm Joel, your MC, one of your three co-hosts. I'm recording in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, close to Milwaukee, USA.
Beautiful downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Not really, but let's go with that. Joining me on this podcast journey, first of all, that man you just heard there in Vancouver, Canada, it's the way you don't pay. That's okay. It's Shane. What's going on, Shane?
Oh, man, I just poured a beer. Can you believe that?
No.
Actually, I'm about to pour it right now, and I'm really going to try hard not to wear this one because it's pouring a little too fast.
Hope you got your beer rag next to you there, bro.
No,
Needs
man.
a bib?
No, we going, what? Oh,
Should have a towel next to you based on your history of pouring beers at the beginning of the episode. In Birmingham, England, a man who is happy with his games. It's Karl. What's up, Karl?
It sure is. I'm happy. I'm enjoying my games, eh? Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's how you do it. You're not playing these games and going on the internet and getting all bitter about it, going on YouTube and leaving nasty comments and telling people you're going to kill them because they ruined your games.
Life's too short, man. You just got to do this. There we go.
Lovely.
No, I'm usually on the receiving end of his nasty comments.
Yeah, I don't post YouTube videos. I just send Shane WhatsApp messages.
Hey.
Well, first of all, in the news here, Xbox Game Pass is now just Game Pass. It's been rebranded.
Ooh.
There you go.
Game Pass.
Game Pass. A little easier. A little easier than Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, it's like a 1-2, Game Pass. There you go.
Yep.
Rolls off the tongue, gets you fired up.
We were talking last episode about how Xbox Live might be kind of merging with Game Pass and the Ultimate. Maybe it's all in one service. Wow, it's good looking beer, Shane. Very good. But there's also some news that Xbox Live is not going away. They confirmed that to Windows Central. So we still got Live, but maybe they'll, I don't know, get rid of the 1 year cards, 1 year subs. Maybe they'll change it somehow.
Yeah.
Who knows? But Xbox Game Pass is now Game Pass, so I'm sure I'll screw that up for the next 6 months.
Right.
Halo Infinite. The internet was mad at that one last episode.
Yeah, they got fired up over this one.
Yeah, they sure did. How dare you mess with my Halo?
Uh-huh.
Well, looks like they took the hint, right? They're going back and fixing her up, giving it a little polish. They've delayed it till 2021. So I don't know if this is a reaction to the angry mob or if it's just something they were going to do anyway. Not sure. But I have yet another reason to not get a new Xbox at launch.
Right.
Oh, it's a bold decision to delay that game, right? Like it was the one title that, like, new Halo, it's coming out. We've got the game coming out, like, with the console in and around the launch window. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I mean, they did state they did this because they didn't think it was feasible to get the game out, given the timescales, given putting people in the crunch situation and all that. So
Work
it
from
sounds like
home.
they just made an informed decision and just thought, well, it's not worth it, the stress, given the current environment where everybody's going through. So push it back.
I'm always forgetting it right. Get it right. Release it when you're ready. It's a bummer, though, because I remember back in the day when a console would actually launch with a flagship game. Man, those are the days. But those days are behind us. Obviously, they're not ready to put that Halo out just yet.
Yeah, hopefully it's not in response of everybody complaining about, like we talked on last episode.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not too. Because people just moan about everything, and the majority of people who are moaning about that probably were never going to buy an Xbox anyway. It's probably the Sony army. Going, oh, look at that. But it didn't look that bad to delay it. This is probably just them looking at saying, well, there was rumours going around that perhaps they were going to kind of release the multiplayer separately, and they were going to be dropping one part of it, then a little part afterwards, and it wouldn't be quite 100% at release. So this is probably the best decision, and no one remembers really if a game's been delayed, but people sure remember a bad game. So right decision.
That's well said. Maybe that's why they were going to offer that. I didn't hear that rumor, Karl, but last episode we talked about Halo Infinite multiplayer being free to play. That would certainly make sense if it weren't like all ready to go at launch. So they kind of piece it together. If it's free, then.
Yeah.
Although that didn't work out for Drive Club, did it? Was free with Plus, but everybody was still pitchforks and angry because it didn't have X, Y, and Z at launch.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't please it. You can't please everybody, and that game was just fighting a losing battle. I mean, look at Hello Games and No Man's Sky. They shut the bed at launch, admittedly, but they've supported that game for the last couple of years, and it's a phenomenal game. Completely different now. They've added so much to it, all free, and they are still,
Yeah, I think with No Man's Sky, though, and I don't know for sure. I mean,
petrified.
Who does? Didn't Sony overpromise a little bit on No Man's Sky? And when No Man's Sky came out, they couldn't live up to the hype that their marketing machine from Sony had sort of set the expectations for.
Well, it was the dude at Hello Games himself, out in every interview, tiptoeing around everything.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he was lying out of his ass on that one, and that leaves people with a bad taste in their mouth. When the developer themselves is, I don't want to offend any listeners with what I really describe it, but tell with that guy.
No way, man. Those are the Joe Danger guys. Don't be cutting on my Joe Danger guys.
I'll cut them down, man.
They got a free pass. They had a free pass for me.
All right. You only get one free pass from Mr. Shafinsky, though.
This is true. To earn my trust back is a long upward battle.
Yep.
If you burn that bridge with me, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Speaking of long battles, we've got one going on here with Apple. First bit of news.
Yes.
If you don't know, I mean, this is, I think, fairly common knowledge. Apple and Google, too, in their store, they get a cut of every sale they make. Of course, that's for gaming apps, since we're a gamer show, right? That's obvious, too. But Microsoft, Xbox is getting ready to put out their Cloud Pass. Project xCloud, what do you call that? Have they even named that thing yet? Maybe it's part of Game Pass. Project xCloud, they're calling it. That's where you can stream your content from the cloud to your phone, to your tablet, whatever. Your computer, I suppose. Almost like a Stadia thing is doing, only better. And Apple's not going to support that because it's a gaming app and they are not getting their cut. Since it's a service, they're not actually selling a game through the App Store, you're subscribed to the service, a la like Netflix or something. They're not getting their cut, so they're not letting it in their store. So people like me and a lot of you out there who have an Apple phone or an Apple iPad, yep, we can't play xCloud. We're screwed. Thanks, Apple.
Yeah, it's. I mean, their arguments as well. You know that they can't, because of the volume of games that are on that. They can't be expected to vet each game that you could possibly stream. You know, they've got to put some faith in the original quality control from Microsoft. Surely, like, and just say we accept what you're telling us, and we'll give you the license on that basis.
Is that what it is? I thought it was all about the money.
No, it probably is about the money, as we'll come up to in a minute with Epic. But their argument is that it goes against the terms of service, because every game playable on the platform has to be tested effectively by Apple and be rubber stamped to be able to be played. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's a crock of shit. It's the money.
Yeah, it's exactly the same reason
They got to make money.
Yeah, they need the money and they need the cash.
Yeah, they're
everybody. Nobody will work for free. Nobody works for free. You got to make money. If there's nothing in it, why would you bother?
That's right. And Apple's struggling. I mean, they're really struggling right now. They need that money hard. Last I checked, they're like one of the biggest corporations and biggest profiting corporations in the world, right? Getting bigger and bigger every day. But now they're going to cut Xbox out. How many people? I've looked at Android phones over the last few weeks. That's how ticked off I am about this. I've got an Apple Watch. I've got an Apple iPad. I've got a MacBook Pro computer. I'm not switching anytime soon. But this really irritates me pretty hard. I don't even know if I'd play Project xCloud. I play my console games. I play games in front of the TV. I don't play them on the toilet. I don't play them on the train. I don't play them at work. So I don't even know I need this. But even still, I'm irked that they're not going to allow it on there. I hope that they figure something out. Become friends. Work it out, guys. Microsoft can drive up a dump truck full of money or something and just get this over with.
I mean, Google are in the same position with their brilliant streaming service. They face the same issues with Apple, saying, well, the app can't be on the store. And I think the app is on the store, but it doesn't actually go into anything. You can't actually play anything off it. So, if Google couldn't strong arm them, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But there'll be a lot of disappointed people out there, because it does look like a really good service as well. And I don't know if Joel, Shane, you saw the little announcement where Microsoft were going through the different peripherals that you can pick up, the different controllers, and just drop your phone in there and get away with, go and play. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, there's one that looks kind of like a Switch. You drop your phone in, it's got the controllers on the side. You can just use your actual Xbox controller via Bluetooth. You can put a little clip-on thing to your controllers. Your phone sits over your regular Xbox controller. And then some games, I understand, actually support like touch. I believe Gears of War 5 was mentioned, where it's got like, it uses the accelerometer, whatever the hell that thing's called, in your phone, so you can just do like motion aim and some touch screen. Not all games will support that. Well, Apple's also making other people angry. Now they're messing with, I think Epic's messing with them, for starters.
Yeah.
So Epic has put in a little, what was it, like a percentage off of your in-gamer bucks, whatever you call the Fortnite money that you buy for in-game currency. They put up a little thing where they're encouraging users to bypass Apple's store. Is that right? Right to an Epic website, and
pretty
then
much
get like what 20% off or something.
They put something in the game to enable you to buy the currency directly through them rather than through Apple's interface. And if you do that, you get 20% off, as opposed to buying through Apple, because I think Apple take 30% or something like that. So they're still keeping
on the first year.
Yeah,
30% on the first year, then drops to 15.
Okay. Well, they're obviously at past year one, but 15% of billions of dollars is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically went and undercutted their distributor, and distributor found out, and guess what? We're not distributing your product anymore.
Yep, pulled it.
Happens.
Yeah.
It happens every day in every industry.
Pulled
And they knew. I think Epic
They know
knew what would
exactly.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, the fact that they had this massive lawsuit ready to go, they knew exactly what they were
Yep.
doing. They just, they've got the money and I mean, there's two huge companies now. Like, this is big bucks talking. It's going to be really interesting how this one pays out.
Yeah, as Karl's alluding to there, Apple pulled it from the App Store, so you can no longer get Fortnite on their App Store. And almost immediately, Fortnite's big attorney team had a lawsuit on the ready, suing Apple for antitrust, I believe. And isn't it also Google pulled them from their store as well for the same reason? So it's not just Apple here. And
Yep.
I think they're going after both of those companies for some antitrust agreement. I'm not an attorney. I don't understand all that, but they were ready. So they purposefully backed each of those companies into a corner. And then once they did as they expected them to do, yank it from their stores, they sued them.
Yeah.
As expected. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens with it. But I find this stuff really interesting. Like, if it wasn't for Fortnite, no way Epic would do a move like this if they weren't just trying to get all the money in they can. Super interesting.
I wonder what they're doing now. So you can't get it. If you have it, you have it, right? They didn't lock out players out of their device. They just won't let you download it if you don't already have it. What are they doing with the in-game currency, I wonder? Is that now locked out of Apple and Google as well? Not quite sure on that.
I honestly don't know, because I'm not a Fortnite player.
Oh, come on. Us 45-year-olds are all Fortnite players. Come on.
Right. Well, no, just for
Sure.
the virtual concerts, and no thanks. Hey, that's greasy. That's a greasy thing to do when you're, in a contract with a distributor. That's really greasy. But I say companies do it all the time, and it never works out for them. I don't see Epic having much of a leg to stand on for this. But hey, you know what? It rallies people around to hate Apple. A lot of people already hate Apple, and and well, Apple's the biggest company on earth. They shouldn't be doing this. All they're doing is hurting the little guy. It's like, no, that's not really how it works. But sure, if it fuels your upsettingness nowadays.
They're hurting Epic, who are making so much money that they can give away free PC games every month. Like, if you have a game PC, you get their launcher. They're giving away games every few days. Like, it's crazy. So they must have money to burn.
And they're definitely not the little guy anymore, Epic. Do you guys think Apple's going to succumb to either the Game Pass situation or Apple and Google to Fortnite? I mean, Fortnite's already on everybody's devices, right? I suppose there's new players coming in all the time, young kids. Are they going to feel pressured to give in? And would that just open the floodgates, right? Are you going to make an exception for Epic, but then all the little guys don't get any exception because they're not Epic?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't give in. The terms and conditions are just that, terms and conditions. Mm-hmm. You agree to them, that means you abide by them. If you do not, there is consequences. You can't just like, oh, okay, well, it's okay, you guys can do it. And you could, there's a lot of money, I guess. Yeah, we'll do it. No, piss off. That's bad business. That's bad business on the part of Epic. Bad business. Yeah. You don't do it. You cut it off. Goodbye. You don't do business with shady companies like that.
I don't think that they'll bend. I think, like you just said there, Joel, you are so, it's not just having an iPhone, is it? I mean, I have an Android phone and I've got a work iPhone, but that's my only Apple device. But I know everyone else who has, the missus has got an iPhone. She's also got a MacBook. Like, people also have Apple Watches and other fitness devices. And all. It's such a way of life, and Apple aren't stupid. And furthermore, like Shane says there, they're going to have an agreement you sign up to, and okay, people like Epic could have a bespoke a version of that, and it won't be as black and white. If you've got a small little app on the App Store, they'll be in the small print that they can remove that from the store whenever they want, for whatever reason they want. It doesn't have to actually be anything to trigger it. They can just say, no, we're done. We're out now. So I doubt that Epics would have that, but it certainly would. There would be something in there so that if Epic circumvented their way of making money and their storefronts, then definitely it would be a reason to terminate. So I don't see how Epic have got anything to go on there.
I wish I knew what was happening with the current currency situation. Now, if Apple's no longer making money on transactions in their app for that game, that they're going to lose a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm assuming that's still going. I'm sorry I don't know the answer there. Because as Shane just eloquently put, we don't frickin' play Fortnite. No clue. But if that money stream is stopping for Apple, really? Do you think they're not going to succumb? That's a lot of money.
Then there's the next big thing is right around the corner. And there's, and there's probably 1,000 other companies that would be more than happy to abide by the same terms and conditions.
This is a big thing for you, Shane. I can sense the terms and conditions.
Because how would anybody like it if somebody went and undercut their paycheck next payday? People would be pissed. Nope. Nobody would like that. It's just, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that is so greasy of a company to do. That is like, that's the worst. Like, I would never, I've had my customers do that. I'll never deal with them again. Like, that's bad business. That is really bad business.
It's pretty greedy, right? We want more money.
Exactly.
We're already making a ton, but how dare you get your cut that we agreed to based on your terms and conditions. We put it on your device. We understood your terms and conditions. But now we want...
Everything's okay.
Now we want more
great
money.
For how many years now?
Good point, Shane.
Yeah. No, he's bang on. The business practices should be respected at the end of the day. And when they were smaller, I'm sure it wasn't an issue. And keep making money. Let's do this. Let's just try and make even more money. And it's all it comes down to at the end of the day. They're probably looking at those margins and seeing what Apple are getting, creaming off the top by distributing it via their storefront and all the rest of it. And then like, well, I'm gone.
No, it's the Apple devices though. There's a billion, tons of Apple devices out there. They need them. They needed them to get their game in front of all these people. My little nephew, Karl, your son, big Fortnite players, and they play them on their phones, right? That's a big part of it.
Sitting in the schoolyard.
My nephew does, at least. He walks around around at family functions on holidays with his phone in his face playing Fortnite. Like, doot, 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 doot.
Yeah, to be fair, the boy doesn't. He plays on PC or PS4, like if he plays. But Epic are kind of... I hope Apple take them to task, to be honest, because they did a similar thing. You remember when Steam was like the only real major software publishing kind of PC interface, really, and people have slowly began bringing their own stores out and their own versions, and Epic bought their own storefront out and they undercut Steam in the margins. They said, you don't have to pay Steam, I can't remember what it was, 20% or something, and then Epic reduced that and they said, well, we'll only charge you 5%. So it maybe a taste of their own medicines coming.
So maybe a negotiation. Rather than 15%, we'll do 10. We'll do 7.5. I put it in the context. I was mad at Apple about the Xbox thing, and then I bring this up. That's where it was the context. But I'm with Apple on this one. I'm with Shane's argument. That's a really kind of an undercut shit move there by Epic.
And like you said, Joel, they have tens of millions of users. Like that's a huge opportunity for companies. And it's going to cost you to get your product in the hands of said tens of millions of users. Right? That's a great opportunity for companies. If something catches on, something goes viral, there's a lot of money coming in, right? But, you know, you want to play ball? I mean, hopefully it's not a slider because I'm swinging for days on sliders nowadays, kids. But yeah, you gotta play ball with the big boys. I mean, there's risks involved, and the fruits of the labor, are always there. So it's a big platform, Apple. But people love to hate on Apple, though.
And I love to hate on the internet. Man, I hate social media so much lately. Maybe it's the upcoming election here in the U.S. and all the political crap that's starting to go on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just the social media in general. It's becoming more caustic with each new passing day. At first, it was like, oh my God, I get to talk to all my old high school friends who, unless I run into them at the grocery store, I would never be able to talk to. This is so cool. And now every time I turn on social media, I want to like stab my eyeballs with a pencil. It's awful.
Yep.
So, let's have a few laughs with the internet here and all that douchebaggery that goes on the internet.
Let's get mad at Sony.
Yeah, let's start with Sony. Don't they own the rights to Spider-Man? I mean, it's a Sony, at least the movies, right? The film?
Movie rights, yeah.
They own the movie rights to Spider-Man. Yeah. The PS3 logo was the same damn font as the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So, of course, the new Avengers game is upcoming. Turns out Spider-Man's in there. Not a surprise, right? Avenger. But you can only play with Spider-Man on the PlayStation. And all the fanboys are upset. Well,
it's like
maybe not the PlayStation ones.
Soul Calibur on Xbox. You had exclusive Star Wars characters there. This is nothing new. And then people still get fired up over this type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have, I think, was it Yoda on Xbox and Vader on PS3?
Yep.
Couldn't get it unless you owned those consoles.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you got
it. Good.
Now you got to buy both versions, you sucker. Yeah, I don't care about this. I really don't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. They're all
this
like.
One was kind of silly.
They're all mad.
So it's just the comments.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
And it's all the same folks. Don't mean to go on a bit of a tangent here, but this is all the same folks that are screaming and yelling every month to make the Spider-Man game free on PlayStation Plus. It's the same damn folks. You know it. You don't care. You ain't buying the game. You're waiting to get it for free. And now you're pissed off because your favorite character is only on the PS. Oh, fired up today, boys. Man, the internet's just doesn't stop. Every day it's a new one.
Well, it can't be the same people, though, because they have a PlayStation chain.
But they're still getting Spider-Man for free on Plus, though.
Okay.
You still get the same. It's the same. It's the same damn thing.
It's the mob with the pitchforks.
Yep.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Yeah. And there's only how many other Avengers can you play as? 20? 25?
6 at the minute.
6. Oh, sorry.
But they are adding them in. Gaming service, I suppose.
I am not a Marvel fan. Sorry. Could care less. Anyway, next big news here for the internet.
All right.
To get all mad about, like they do, Control, a game that some people picked for their favorite game of the year last year. It's coming to next gen with an upgrade.
Okay.
It's going to have an ultimate edition, like
cool.
Like a lot of games do. They all do that.
Yep.
Some DLC in there.
Indeed.
Probably some better lightings, maybe some ray tracing or something.
A free theme.
Free theme, next generation soundtrack, next generation graphics.
Avatar bundle.
And a lot of games are going that smart delivery route. You buy it on your PlayStation 4, your Xbox One, and we're just going to give you the better version on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. Not Control. Nope. You're going to pay $40 for for the same version of that game.
Oh no.
Oh, the better version now on the new system. And of
Oh.
course, the pitchforkers are back out there.
Oh, those bastards.
How dare you? Xbox
dare
and Xbox has told me everything's going to be free.
Yeah.
What are you
free.
doing?
This is the first one I genuinely didn't get.
What do you
I
mean?
had to tweet because I don't understand. Help me out, chaps. Like, I bought a game a year ago,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Now, I got The Witcher 3. I bought it like 3 times already. And if they release The Witcher 3 again with like a theme or something just to make it slightly different, and they said, but it'll work on next gen and it'll be better frame rates and all the rest of it. It's up to me if I want to buy that. And I don't have to expect my old version to work. Like, I genuinely had trouble digesting this. I was like, I don't understand. Like, no one's promised every game will do that, right?
Yeah.
But Palmer, we've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
I like to think, at least.
Sure.
Right. But you're not entitled, though. You understand the fact that, a game comes out, a year down the road, a better version, probably have to upgrade or whatever. It's just like, it seems like a going trend is just getting more and more free games. And then as soon as one isn't, all hell breaks loose. It's like, I don't get it. Like, why can't you just be smarter with a purchase? Okay, well, it's coming out, but it's also coming on the new consoles. So if I don't have my fast food video game delivered to me on the day that it's supposed to come out, so I don't start tweeting Amazon about, how much sugar content's in a shandy, you make better decisions. You know what, dude? I know, man, I've seen great things on it. I'm going to wait. It's coming out on next gen. When that drops, I'm getting that one, man. I can't wait to get that. No, man. You buy it once, you need it free. Every version for the rest of your life. Like,
yeah. Like, how many times?
Exhausting. Like, come on.
How many times have we double dipped and bought the same game? Like,
yeah, we've all done
Burnout
it.
Paradise.
Countless times.
Bro, man. Dude, I was signing copies of Burnout Paradise at my local Walmart years ago. Seriously, I got a mark and they were on the shelf and I was signing them. Some kids got, exclusive.
And that some of these people who are moaning about this are the same people who are saying, don't just remaster games for the next generation. Don't just rehash the same. We want new games. And I just
But we're not paying for them.
But no, we want them free. and the console free.
Yeah, it's a little exaggerated, but that's certainly what it seems like out there, man. It's crazy, man.
Well,
it's interesting times for the gaming community right now.
Yeah, it's kind of been the trend with these. I mean, with Xbox especially, we got a new console coming. We've talked to a bunch of partners. They all agreed that they do the smart delivery thing. Of course, Xbox is going to make it seem like every game is going to be smart delivery. That's not the case. Someone somewhere had to be the first one to say, no, we're not doing that. You're going to pay $40. And hey, get in line because there's others coming that are going to do the same thing.
Exactly. Well said, brother.
Control had to do it first, and it'll be forgotten when 10 more, 15, 20 more say the same thing. Here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. The world is like burning, it's such a horrible place right now. All these bad, awful things that are happening. And you got time to go on the internet and worry about your $40 in the next gen console? Really? Can you do something more productive with your anger, please?
Yeah, like, can't you just like go out and like refuse to wear a mask or something? Like, focus on that for a bit or something, right? Like,
that's these people. It's these people.
Oh.
Throwing the shopping out the trolley.
Right?
Oh, my
Cheeto
goodness.
tossers.
All right. Thank you, Internet. Thanks for the laughs. Because when we go there, it's all we can do is just laugh at this nonsense.
You got it.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Usually I turn it off. Like, that's enough. We'll sit outside, listen to the birds chirp like a real human being. There you go.
Yeah, but it fuels a good 15 minutes of our show, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Be lucky and glad we didn't read actual comments and spoil your whole day here with this nonsense. Hey, it's another Wii U game coming to the Switch. There's a lot of Wii U games people didn't play because no one bought the Wii U. But there's some gems sitting there waiting, like this one. Pikmin 3 is coming to the Switch. Man, I love me some Pikmin. Great game. And I'm glad that they're going to bring this to the Switch. It's coming October 30th, just in time for Halloween. You can go control these little Pikmin dudes, take care of your garden. I love Pikmin. Pikmin 3 is pretty good. So it's a full price game, $60. That's right. Control's not the only one putting out the same game and making you pay for it again. But yeah, I'm excited. Pikmin. Karl, you ever played a Pikmin game?
I did play a little bit of that on the Wii U, actually. I never stuck with a Pikmin game. I just found them a bit too difficult, I think, at points.
Yeah, they get hard.
Definitely got tough. So, yeah, I think I bailed quite early. But, I'm probably overdue a game for the Switch, so I might pick one up.
Yeah, cute little dudes. It's hard, though, when they're getting killed. You got to have the different colors. They do the different things, and you're out there in the garden, and you're throwing them. You're throwing some stuff at this big, giant beetle coming at you. Then the beetle eats a few of your dudes. It's like, oh, no, you're killing my dude. I don't know. I love Pikmin, but it hits me in the heart hard when I lose like 10 of them in a row to a giant beetle. Let's talk about some games that we've been playing. We got some good ones here. We got impressions of the Avengers beta. And Shane took one for the team. He pre-ordered Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So we got a chance to taste that demo. And I'm really curious to hear what he has to say about that, as well as that Avengers game that Karl's been playing. But before we get there, leave us a review on iTunes. Let us know how we're doing. Like Soci Gel did. She said, a great listen. She, because I think I know who this is. Maybe he. But a great listen, 5 stars. ABOG is a great podcast. I am not a big gamer, but I enjoy it, and I listen as soon as the new episode comes out. You can tell the guys enjoy gaming and each other. Well, thank you very much. Great review. I appreciate that.
Oh, bless you. Very, very kind words.
Keep them coming.
Appreciated.
We raise our glasses. Thanks a lot. And you can join us on Discord. Get some nice conversations going over there. Gaming, music, beer, life, not internet angry mob crap. We've got a new member over there, Tainted Shirt. Welcome aboard, Tainted Shirt. Appreciate you.
That's a great name.
Isn't it?
I like that name a lot. That's cool.
Thanks for joining us over there. Hope you join us on Discord as well after you're done leaving that iTunes review. If you want to send us an email, abogpod@gmail.com. Well, as my 2 cohorts here know, I've played no games because I've just been playing a ton of guitar, hours and hours a day. I'm back on the guitar bandwagon. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
When this pandemic is over, I want to get out and actually play some shows.
Really?
Yeah.
You're ready to get back in there, back in the game.
No, I've got some more practicing to do, but I'm anxious to get out there and have some fun. Maybe do some cover bands.
Yeah.
Just have some fun. Just play my instrument.
Exactly.
Maybe it's the lack of live shows right now. We're all just so cooped up. Just any live music right now sounds good. I'll play other people's songs for 3 hours right now, just to get out there and hear something and do something. Seriously though, I want to jam with some friends. It's been too long. Been a couple years.
And this nothing wrong with joining, doing some covers and whatnot, man. Because people know them. It gets people. You don't have to worry about if something's going to go over well or whatnot. You can get up there, put your own flair, and enjoy it, and people love it, man. Gets people singing along, and that's the best feeling at the end of the day. You're up there doing your thing, and the crowds, and there's good tunes and it's fun.
Oh yeah, I've done a few cover bands in my day. It's always a good time. You get the best reaction doing covers than you do doing originals.
Oh yeah,
and you've got people yelling Freebird at you by the end of the evening too. So you can always look forward to that.
No, not me, man. I'd be the bye bye love guy. You know, come on, bye bye love, mate. You know what I mean? That is a great tune.
Well, let's hear what Karl's been thinking of that Marvel Avengers game. Kind of mixed reactions I've seen on that lovely internet lately. But there's a beta out. Do you have to pre-order it for the beta, Karl? Is that how this works?
Yeah, you needed to pre-order, which I'd forgotten I'd pre-ordered the game, and then I had an email saying, "Oh, you've got a beta invite."
Nice.
So it's nice when that happens, especially when before you've paid all the money. So yeah, it needs more Spiderman, obviously. But I thought, I'm a Marvel guy, I'm a comic guy, so this seemed like it would be right up my alley. It's a bit like, a brawler, a bit of a fighting game, I suppose, meets Destiny. There's a lot of Destiny stuff in there for me. It's still rough around the edges, I would say. You kind of get a glimpse of the opening mission of the game, which you've probably seen the trailers on the Golden Gate Bridge, and you get to use all of the different characters, try all of them, get to learn the skill sets and stuff. And in the background, you've kind of got the helicarrier, which for you two is like a giant plane, which is also an aircraft carrier flying in the sky. And that's slowly kind of coming down. And, you've got Captain America on there, and you've got the guys on the bridge trying to save everybody. The story looks pretty cool. That you play a couple of story missions. It kind of gives me Uncharted vibes, Last of Us vibes a little bit in terms of the third person viewpoint and the backgrounds, like the environments and stuff. And I think the voice acting as well, because you've got a couple of the usual suspects in there. And to start off with, you get to use the different characters. Everyone kind of handles a little bit different, but they do also feel a little bit samey. You've got a couple who can fly, but then, the combos and things, everyone is kind of fighting in the same way. What else? The main character's pretty cool in the story. You play as Ms. Marvel, but it's not Carol Danvers, it's Kamala Khan. So if you've read the comics, she's kind of the newer version of Ms. Marvel. And she's pretty funny. She kind of gets her powers by accident as this disaster happens on the helicarrier. And if you watch the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, the whole point of that is that there's kind of something in Kree blood, which can be ignited by a chemical reaction, this thing called pterogenesis. And basically that happens on a massive scale and causes people's dormant mutant abilities and mutant powers to trigger and become prevalent, really. So it turns a lot of people into heroes and supervillains, I guess. And Kamala Khan is one of those. So you play as her, and she's kind of like a Stretch Armstrong, Mr. Plastic kind of character. Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, you can fire your legs and arms out and do all these cool moves and make your body bigger, smaller, everything else. Combat's okay. Like I really wish it had been a bit more like Arkham, that kind of combat, where you can, if you're surrounded by enemies, you can easily counter and get into it easily. The camera kind of isn't as fixed as I like it, and you kind of press the R stick in, the right stick. And I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where that works really well. You move from foe to foe. In this one, it's you can lock on the target, but the camera is facing a different way. So that doesn't always help, really. I guess you don't feel that super, I think, when you first start playing. That there are gear upgrades to get, skill upgrades, all that stuff. But, if you're the Incredible Hulk, you should be kicking ass, man. Like, ain't no one getting in your way. And
yeah,
you unleash some good combos and stuff like that, but you can grab people and throw them around, which is ace, but then people will block the grab. Like you got to pick somebody up and they'll just block that move. And you're like, this little soldier who's he's 3 or 4 times smaller than you. He's not blocking you, picking him up. Your hand's as big as him. So a couple of things like that are a bit, and I'd have to balance it, make sure it's not overpowered, but little things like that make it a little bit sketchy, I guess. The multiplayer's in there. There's quite a lot of multiplayer. You kind of, the idea, I think, is that you're rebuilding this helicarrier after the big incident, and that is kind of your social hub and your hub throughout the game. You pick your missions and stuff from there, so you've got a whole multiplayer side of it. This is where it does feel like Destiny, as if you were doing the kind of the fire team stuff that you would in Destiny. You know, where everyone, you know, you wait for 2 or 3 people to join you, and then you go out and you complete a mission or two. Multiplayer was a bit dodgy. It's a beta. It happens. I got booted to the main menu multiple times. Got booted, hard reset the PS4, like just completely froze it a few times. But the matchmaking worked okay. The only thing is you can't communicate unless you've got voice chat with people. There's no, you know, like in a lot of these battle royale games now, you have a ping system. You know, you can just press a button on the D-pad or wherever, you can ping something in a different location. There isn't anything like that. So if someone in your team has got Iron Man, they fly off in another direction. You can't. There's no way of kind of pulling everyone to the objective and stuff like that. It's not. It is linear, but it doesn't feel as linear because it's kind of quasi open world, I guess. But yeah, you can't also double up on heroes, which is frustrating in the multiplayer. Like if you've got a kit, you love playing as the Hulk. Who's probably my least favorite at the minute. But if you really want to play as the Hulk and then you've leveled him up and you've done all the stuff, and then you go into a multiplayer game and someone else has picked the Hulk, you can't pick the Hulk. Even though there are different outfits, different costumes, so you could easily, you know, differentiate between whose Hulk is whose. That you can't do that. So you're kind of going to have to level all of these guys up. I think if you want to play the multiplayer, you're going to have to put some time into them all. You know, just in case other people have picked the guys that you like. And I think as they drop new characters, like as we've talked about, they're going to drop Spiderman. Everyone's going to want to be Spiderman. So how are you going to? Kind of like Overwatch. And we play Overwatch chain. You know, new character drops, and everyone wants to pick them. And you might not get to play as the new character for ages.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you know what it's like. So it's one of them. You just think it probably needs a bit more thought. The characters, the character models are fine. You know, the voices are fine. But the enemies are really generic. Like it is just like Halo dudes or Destiny dudes. It's just like blend into the background. They don't really stand out. There is a mission in the beta where you fight. It's like a Hulk mission, and you fight a big baddie in it, and it's very cool looking. It's all set PC. That's pretty fun. Like I actually think the story in this game will be really, really good. The multiplayer, I'm just not 100% sold on really, I guess, at the minute. It feels like it's caught somewhere between this like action RPG and a loot based thing like you would get in a Diablo, and then just a brawler. And there's no visual change in gear that you equip. It's all cosmetic costumes that you unlock. It's got like a battle pass, but not really a battle pass. You kind of do it just by playing the game. So I don't know. I have when you've said about mixed feelings, Joel, I think that's fair. I do have mixed feelings. It's fun to play, but I think once you've done the story, this isn't a game like Diablo. I think where I'm going to be playing 7 years down the line, like or however many years it's been for Diablo 3. It feels like they still need to figure out what it wants to be. And I don't know if I'm going to cancel the pre-order. I'm not sure.
Can you do that? You can cancel the pre-order?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine I pre-ordered it from
nice.
Amazon, so I've got a physical one coming. Apparently.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they send you the code through, and I might just leave it to turn off because I'm saving so much money at the minute. I ain't buying any games or not going out, so why not just let it turn off? But it's interesting. I think if you can get a team of guys team of guys and girls who
Nice.
play together regularly, I think it could be quite fun. But playing with randoms and might not have the mic on and all that, like it might be a bit frustrating, but we'll see. It's definitely not as bad as I think a lot of people have said. It's not awful. It looks good. It's quite polished. Some of the scenarios and the settings are pretty and good. It's just it's just, I think, stuck in no man's land. And I think if it had a bigger roster as well, I think if there were like 12 characters at launch, it spreads that out a bit, and it spreads the risk of someone picking the same character as you in the multiplayer. I think that would be a lot better. But yeah, 6 dudes, you've got a 1 in 6 chance of you not being able to be your guy. So not great.
Yeah, and I think if they would have made those, if the characters weren't samey, like in Overwatch, your Overwatch example, if you all play the same character, your team might suck, right? You have to really kind of spread it out to the different classes and have some teamwork. Here, if the characters are samey, adding 6 more might not make it any more fun, right? I mean, at least you get different people to choose, but sounds like they really need to flush out the characters and have them be different and unique, not only in who they are, but how they play. That's too bad. And my takeaway from everything you just said there is if you're not a fan of Marvel, this game isn't really doing anything. You kind of have to be a fan of the series, right? Or a fan of the characters or the comics. Spider-Man, on the other hand, like for PlayStation, you don't have to be a Spider-Man guy. You don't have to read the comics, watch the movies. It's just a great game. You're going to want to play it. This, at least from the beta, doesn't strike me as anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. This is nowhere near as good as Spider-Man. Like, it could be a good game. I'm sure it will be a good game, and I'm hopeful that the campaign will be really good because the story already looks really intriguing. But I don't know. It's obviously not going to have the depth that the story in Spider-Man had, and the open world and all that. It's not on the same. It's not on a par with that. But I'm still hopeful it will be a good game. But I think if you're on the fence about it, I'd wait. I'd wait for the reviews, because if it reviews badly, then this could be like Anthem. You could be getting copies of this for 20 quid, $20 within a couple of weeks. If it does bomb straight away. So maybe keep the money in your pocket and just have a little look.
Not bad advice there.
And purposely just build a whole team of Spider-Mans. Great would that be?
Oh, dude, yeah. If the only character everyone can be is Spidey.
Oh.
Multiverse versions. God, the fanboys there.
Well, I'm anxious to hear about this next one. I was a big fan of Tony Hawk 1, 2, and 3. 3 is really good. Yeah, I like 3 a lot. Yeah. So 1 and 2 is getting redone, remade, remastered, reissued, reconfigured,
repressed,
upresed, repressed. Yeah, it's coming again, and it looks really good. I mean, graphically, it looks like it could compete with games from nowadays when, this game's 15 years old? 10?
At least, yeah.
10 years? It's been a long time. I played it on the N64, believe it or not, is where I played Tony Hawk. A lot of people probably think that's really stupid, but I know I didn't have a PlayStation when I had an N64, and that's when that game was out, and I played it later. I played it on there, and hey, worked pretty good on that controller. And then I played I don't even know what they called them back then. Not remasters. This is before remasters, but it came out on the Dreamcast as well. And I played it on there, a little bit better version of the game. But Tony Hawk, man, loved it. Pro Skater. It's coming soon. Can't wait to hear about the demo since you pre-ordered it.
I never played much N64 because I found out I wouldn't accept, Super Nintendo controller, so I was out on that.
Yeah, smart.
All right. Hold on. If I need to talk about this, I need another beer. Hang on.
Yeah.
Well done.
Uncle Skip needs a little coolant.
And I want to hear your thoughts on the price point for this game as well, because when I was thinking about cancelling Avengers, and I was like, oh, what else do I pick up? And then I saw an interesting price for this game. So,
what's the price point,
Karl?
Karl?
Your thoughts first, mate. Then we'll talk price after.
Yeah, this will be entertaining.
What's the price?
Well, in England, it's 40 quid.
Yeah, cheap as chips.
Well, I don't know. That seems a bit on the steep side for me. But let's hear about it first.
All right, come on, Shane. What's going on?
All right. Well, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Yeah, it's out in September. September 4th-ish or something? First week of September.
Yeah, that's like 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
Man. It's getting close, man. And if you pre-ordered, as of the August 14th, the Friday, they dropped the demo for this game. The demo is very simple. Got one skater Tony Hawk, dude. And one level, the warehouse, dude.
Classic.
And that's about it. So you drop in there, and you got a 2-minute time limit to get the best score you can in the warehouse level, which is excellent. And you can redo it 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, it's feeling like some proper Tony Hawk, boys.
Nice.
It really is. It's feeling like those Underground games. And I'm a huge fan of Underground 1 and Underground 2. Those are my favorites. I played the crap out of those two Tony Hawk games back on the PS2. I still, to this day, I'll pop them in every once in a while and, give them another go for, half hour and whatnot, right? They really took kind of the controls from that game where they're a little bit more progressed after, the first two games. But I noticed in the options, you can actually change them to, like the controls and whatnot to the older games, which I haven't done, so I really couldn't say. I probably should have done that this morning to give you a full in-depth review of the Tony Hawk demo. No, but yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. I'm getting the muscle memory back. Those kick flips. It's just so many memories. Coming back. The warehouse level, obviously the only one you can play, man, but it looks proper. It looks proper, like a proper abandoned warehouse. The very nice lighting in it. It's great. The shadowing is fantastic. It looks, it's musty. It's gross. It's gritty. It's abandoned. It has that proper feel to it. And there's a kitty. Game of the year.
There's a kitty. There's no kitty in the original, is there?
There is a kitty. If you look out, one of the sides, like when you go down that first ramp to the left, there's like a window, and every once in a while you'll see a kitty walk past. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. But yeah, it definitely right away started bringing back like those old school Tony Hawk vibes. From what I can tell, man, it's the real deal. It feels proper. The progression seems like it is back in the old games as well, where you can like level up different attributes and whatnot, and you're probably going to have to unlock different venues, different maps, different boards, whatever you want to call them and whatnot, which I like, even though I would get really frustrated a few maps in and be like, man, I wish I could do this, but still, so much fun. So much fucking great Tony Hawk goodness in this game. It's cool. Soundtrack, fantastic so far. I don't think it has all the tunes in the demo and whatnot. There's probably a good handful though.
Yeah.
But man, Guerrilla Radio, what a banger. What a banger from Rage. Great tune. Hearing that a lot playing it, but yeah, man,
Amen.
It's cool. I'm really excited for the full game now. Like this really got me fired up, for some more Tony Hawk. I've switched between using the stick and the D-pad. Definitely a little more precise using that D-pad. I'm moving around, spin, get a land, it's tough, man. Skateboarding's tough. But I always find myself going back to the stick. The stick is just so natural nowadays, and it's really, really fluid, really well done. But yeah, super pumped, boys. I think this is going to be a gooder. Hopefully there's some, really stable and great online for this as well. I think it, kind of needs that, and everyone needs it to be successful. It's a big part of gaming now. So yeah.
Wait a second. Is there like multiplayer in here or something? What do you need online for, man? Single player game, right?
Man, I don't necessarily just want to score chase, man. I want to, get into a room. Let's skate. Let's,
Yeah. I didn't know they were doing that.
Who will survive?
That's cool. I'd like to see a multiplayer component in there. Does it feel like the same lines as far as like the level is, how it's laid out?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. That's important. Yeah. That's really important.
Yeah. Like it seems spot on. Like when you come around that quarter pipe, you can grind all the way through it and then hop, and then you start grinding on that railing that's kind of hidden. Buddy.
Brings back a lot
Don't
of
even
memories,
talk to
man.
me, man.
You've got me hyped now too. If you still can pre-order it and get the demo now. Like if I can start practicing,
right?
Get used to
Hone
it,
those
get
skills.
ready. Yeah. Get that muscle
Limber
memory
up.
back.
Yeah. And it's cheap too, like Karl said. Yeah.
Why play new games when you can play the same old ones, just looking better?
Right?
I don't know. It should be free, right?
There's a really cool thing I noticed when you wipe out. The character kind of gets like all grainy, like the old VHS. When you didn't clean the heads on your VCR, and it would get kind of grainy and a little bit choppy and whatnot.
Yeah,
it does that when you wipe out, and it's really, really cool. I like how they did that. It just kind of gives a bit of a kind of a throwback kind of feel to it and whatnot. But you can mash the button and you'll get up a little bit quicker and whatnot. But yeah, it's cool. Lots of graffiti all over the walls in the warehouse. Like really gives it like a more of abandoned feel. The textures are great on it. Having a blast, man.
And every time Shane says abandoned, I hear a band of.
Yes.
It's a personal problem.
Abandoned gamers.
You got me hyped, dude. That sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what it is in the US dollars, 40 quid. I'm not sure how that translates. $29.99 maybe? I don't know what that is. 39?
Yeah, it could be $39.99.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 and 2 those are two really classic games and have a lot of levels between the two of them. And if it plays as well and looks much better, I'd be in on that.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, I'm sitting home here, not spending money on anything. Well,
right?
extra ching in the wallet. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Because it's kind of that ideal game just to pick up and play for a bit. Good in short bursts. Nothing to keep you sucked in the long term, just as and when you fancy it. I was surprised to hear that there was a physical edition of this. I thought it was digital only. But we have got physical copies, so that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, I'm going to go play it as soon as we're done here. Come on.
Right.
Real quick. we're at the hour point. You guys want to share what you're drinking before we shut her down for 2 weeks and have it feel like 2 months again?
Yeah.
Who's up?
Yeah. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I'll go first. I am drinking Love 8, which is Vocation Brewery. And this is a cheeky little New England IPA, 7.2%. It's got some of those bit of that Vermont goodness in there, a bit of Vermont yeast in there. It's a bit. My cohorts can see it's a bit thick. It's got that oatiness to it, but juicy, very well balanced. Definitely doesn't feel like 7.2% for sure. And you can go grab this from your supermarket. I think it's about £3 a can, something like that. It's definitely worth your while.
Nice. Definitely has that orange juice sort of color to it.
Yeah.
Can't see through it.
Oh, no, not at all.
Very nice. Shane, what do you got?
I have actually a new beer I haven't tried before this show, so I've been enjoying this one. This is really good, boys. This is really good. It's from Superflux Brewing, and they actually just opened their own official brewery yesterday. So cheers to them. They've had some great beers. I think we all enjoyed one of their West Coast IPA, Craft Beer is Dead. I think we enjoyed a couple of those when we were all together. Fantastic beer.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Superflux.
Yeah, and this is their they call it Color and Shape. Now I'm not sure if that's an ode to the only good Foo Fighters record, but no, I'm just kidding, man. There's no good Foo Fighter record. It's about 6.5%. You know what? I think it's also I would also categorize this as in New England, so I think we're all in the pocket here. Man, just a great, tasty IPA. Very, very good. Very much enjoying this. I'm glad I picked up a 4-pack, and I was walking back to the Maserati, and and I decided to Google it. I'm like, Superflux, every once in a while they hit it out of the park. So I looked it up, and everybody was like, it's like 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Everybody raving about it. So I went back into the liquor store and bought another 4-pack. So luckily I got extras because I'll probably go through a few of these. Very, very good beer. Super happy. Great to enjoy the show with.
That's a pro move right there, man. You know, you get a 4-pack, you realize it's limited, you already Google it on the way back out, go back in, get another 4, because you know next time you go, they're not going to be there.
Exactly.
Pro move. Pro move.
Absolutely.
I guess I'm bucking the trend here. I've got just a plain old IPA. It's got more of that see-through look to it.
There you go.
Very good. It's got a variety of 6 hops. It's a little place in Milwaukee, not too far from downtown where Shane likes to hang out. It's called Third Space. This is one of their staples, Upward Spiral. It's very good. Just one of those, you go to the store and you just want that, like, beer that you get that's always good. You know, the old standby.
Go to, never fails.
The warm blanket. It's good summer beer, too. Kind of goes down pretty well. Crisp.
Third Space is also, they got some good cornholing going on down there, too, I've heard.
They do. Yeah, you've heard right.
Especially for those who've never played.
Yep, we dragged Karl there when he was in town here for MGC. It's a cool little place, kind of a modern warehouse vibe. Pretty big as far as their brewing capabilities. Usually a food truck outside, some cornhole, bunch of garage doors that open up, just kind of get the air in there. Kind of like
some rails to grind.
Yep, grind some rails. Kind of like some of the places that Shane took us to there in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Let's raise our glasses here, guys. Plenty of things to be happy for and about.
Indeed.
The friendship.
Absolutely.
Stay positive.
Cheers. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Here.
Stay safe. Be kind.
There's
a lot of shit going on.
That's right.
There's a lot of shit going on. I wanted to say, everybody's agitated. We all are. I am. Everything sucks right now. There's no need to take it out on your neighbor. There's no need to take it out on some stranger who's just trying to get by, just like you are, just like I am. So have some patience. Have some compassion. Be nice. Be kind. And we'll all get through this.
Yeah, smile.
We're gonna have a big party at the end of all this. So,
oh my God,
yeah, man, 2021. It's gonna be a hell of a year.
I'm gonna need somebody to pick me up after that party.
Right? Exactly.
Can't wait. Yeah, spread some love, man. Smile. Pass it on. Smile at somebody you don't know, and be amazed at how infectious it is, and they'll smile at somebody else, and maybe the world will stop burning down by the time we all pass some smiles around.
Hear, hear.
Till the next Avenger is only available on PlayStation, and we're right back to the square one.
See, now they have to put him in Tony Hawk.
Hawkeye, PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. If you could, leave us a review on iTunes. Join us on Discord. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places. Let's hang out. Cheers.
Cheers. Boom cha.